I don't know what the rest say. It gotta load in. Yeah, my shit a little slow because I'm on a little. I'm on an outdated source, but I ain't too outdated. You feel me? My shit moving nice. You feel me?
Do you know how much investigation I watch? Do you know how much?
Why she cursing?
Crime I watch. You can't get away with nothing. Jesus. There's cameras.
Jesus.
Where my child is smarter than that.
Our teenage years are known to be turbulent. They're marked by young love, heartbreak, testing boundaries, and keeping secrets. But how does the saying go? Two can keep a secret if one of them is dead?
Oh my God.
No, that's it.
Here, let me step back.
One of them dead. Hey.
Can you guys go back inside for me?
Go back inside.
Thank you.
This happened in 2021.
All right, I'm off right now.
And one of them is dead, it appears. It's just too early to identify exactly who.
Please, just give us a few minutes and we'll come in and talk to you. Just go back inside. Can you go back inside, please? Don't. Just do as I ask, please. In a few minutes.
Who was that crying like that? Gotta be one of the victim family members. She crying loud as hell.
Can you just please take her inside?
Is that the one who's like Jesus? Is that her?
Listen, I can't answer anything right now. I just need you to go inside the apartment and stay there till I can get somebody to speak to you, please.
I'm just wondering.
Listen, what did I just ask? Just give us a few minutes and somebody will come and talk to you. Just give me a few minutes. Go ahead and go inside. Okay, go ahead and go inside for me.
The search for a missing teen might
Y'all
be coming
see
to
what
a
that
close
say?
outside an apartment complex.
They like, nigga, your computer for the dub, plug it up.
18-year-old Dwight Grant, who friends and family call DJ, should be gearing up for a homecoming and graduation when he suddenly disappears on a Sunday in mid-October 2021. Grant is a senior at Miramar High School in Broward County. And while a bad case of senioritis isn't all that uncommon among students in his class, when he doesn't return home and misses school the next morning, that's when alarm bells ring.
I have anxiety and depression, so like he would check.
He has anxiety?
No, I have
okay, so he would check on you. Yeah. Do you know the girl that he's talking to or trying to talk to?
No.
No, does he have a girlfriend?
Not to my knowledge, no.
No? Okay. All right.
He got anxiety or depression. He probably not gonna have a girlfriend. A lot of niggas with anxiety, depression don't have a girlfriend. What kind of question was
okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so you haven't spoken to him since. Is this his behavior? Like, does he do it? He's a good kid.
He's a good kid. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. He goes out. He has a plan. He goes out with his friends. He calls literally all of us all the time to let us know, like, what's up, how you are.
Okay. All right.
In the morning, at night, with her kids.
Okay. Same thing with these kids. Have they seen him? Let me speak to them really quick.
Grant's friends say he's a gamer. He doesn't run around town getting into trouble. He doesn't drink or smoke, and he certainly doesn't disappear. His friends, along with Grant's family, spend Monday handing out flyers and searching for him on foot.
Oh, Grant's
By
the
Tuesday,
victim.
Police are canvassing the area near Sherman Circle North, a Miramar neighborhood residents describe as peaceful. Or it used to be peaceful, until around 2 p.m. on Tuesday, October 19th, when they find something in the bushes. It's a body, and not just any body.
Oh, they sound like that. It's a body.
To a young man, young enough to be a Miramar High School student. Police aren't quite sure, What they can say almost for certain is that Broward County is about to investigate a shocking
They hit that
homicide.
nigga in the bushes
Police
outside.
find the body hidden in some bushes outside the apartment complex where Grant lives. The victim's body.
Excuse me. Hear me out. Hear me out. Cause this is like bro who just did that dumbass shit in the last video. First off, I'm not condoning killing nobody. I'm not condoning killing nobody. Niggas be dumb. But this nigga put the whoever killed them, I'm gonna say it was a nigga. But whoever killed them decided to put that nigga body outside the apartment complex. It's some little shrubs. They not even bushes for real. They like some shrubs. That's insane. Nigga thought he wasn't gonna get caught.
His body might have been easy to miss. That is, if it
They
weren't for
thought
the
the body would have been
bloodstained
easy to
sidewalk
miss.
leading investigators right to him. There are 4 detectives on scene. They convene around the body and engineer a report containing what they know so far. A young man was killed. His body was discarded in the apartment complex's landscaping, and he had suffered what appears to be 2 stab wounds, one to the neck and one to the chest.
One to the neck,
And when
one
they
to
look
the
closely,
chest.
they
Fuck.
notice something else. The unknown victim is a perfect match for the description Grant's family gave police. But it's too soon to make an identification. For now, police block off the area surrounding the body and begin processing the scene for evidence.
Pues this all happened aquí abajo, ¿no?
Aquí abajo, sí. Ahí abajo del stairwell que está ahí, había mucha sangre, and you can see that probablemente están tratando de limpiarlo. Hay una
What
cámara
is he
aquí,
saying?
hay 2 cámaras aquí, y hay una cámara en esa esquina donde lo
When
tiraron.
did this all happen?
Sunday.
On Sunday, he went missing Sunday.
He went missing Sunday.
So go around in the middle, go up to the 2nd floor, and put it across. So there's no one goes down the stairwell.
Okay.
That way.
So we got that and that. Crime scene tape, crime scene log. Let me get that started.
Whoever, if somebody pulls the video from the place, I already have some kids
Where's your car at?
right here.
Okay.
I just need to see who was there doing it because they're probably
the office. The office.
Back at Miramar Police Headquarters, tipsters are already starting to show up in the lobby and offer information. One woman wants to share what you might consider borrowed evidence, her teenage niece's group chat.
Can you just give me a brief rundown? I'm so sorry.
Of what's going on?
Yeah, because
She got the
I
niece
know,
phone
I've
in the
seen
group
on the
chat. They
news
talking
that
about whatever that
they
happened in the
over
group
by
chat.
Sherman
Fuck.
Circle, and they keep showing the picture of the kid that goes to Miramar High, saying they can't guarantee that it's him, basically, blah blah blah.
Okay.
But on my niece's phone, all the texts are coming through that they're her friends. And there's people from school there, and they know it's him.
Okay.
I don't know that. I don't know unless.
She's
No,
just
I
trying to
understand.
be
Assuming that it's
useful,
him because of
basically.
what-
So
I feel
did
it,
you
I
speak
feel
to a
it, I feel
detective
it.
or anything like that?
No, I haven't spoken to anybody. I
You the
just
first person?
came here because my niece was telling me that she had got these texts from this girl yesterday
Okay.
from the modeling, and she
Okay.
said it was the most traumatizing day of her life when she seen him yesterday, which would have been Sunday.
Yeah.
So in my mind, 1 and 1, I'm not saying she did anything, but I'm also saying I can't come here and not show you either because she
She's more than
keeps
once
saying
tells everybody in the
how many
modeling
people she's
group
killed
that
and she's in a gang,
in a
which-
gang. I mean, and it could be just to be, look
Tough.
cool or to be tough.
But you never know.
It's like, you
You know,
don't
same
know.
thing. I don't want. the-
So is she
the text messages
snitching on
here,
her
I
or is
want
she
them
not
to
snitching on her? I'm
show my
confused. It sounds like she's
niece-
snitching on her.
I don't want
I don't
her.
want,
Like
I don't want
her
her
to
name-
associate
Right.
with, okay.
Right, so it needs to be kind of, if you,
Yeah, no, I understand.
please, if you can just write on there not to put her name in here,
Sure.
just in case this
Yeah,
girl
you're fine.
literally is who she
So,
says
but
she
she
is.
said she in the
You're fine.
gang.
No, I
She's a senior,
understand.
and I want my niece to make it out of school.
I understand. You guys are good. All right.
Period.
And anything else? This is my area. I mean, you got more things you want to turn in, I'll be here. All right, I'm here
Just-
until 1.
Yeah, that's just the words that you
okay,
put there,
nothing,
just,
it's just
if you
odd.
say something or see something, say it, and it just doesn't sit right with me, so I had to come and.
No, I completely understand. Anytime, ladies, okay?
Thank you so much.
Of course. Have a good day.
The pieces are all fitting together for investigators. Now they have a crime scene and a possible confession written in text between classmates. By the next day, Wednesday, police confidently say they can ID the body. It was him, the missing Miramar High School student, DJ Grant. But who killed him and why? The group chat the tipster shared with police might have been written off by some as immature gossip.
So
or an
somebody came to his
adolescent
house
attempt
from
to
his
seem
school and killed him or
tough.
something?
But
Like
to
what?
investigators, it's as good as gold. Text messages reveal the names of 3 persons of interest in the case. 17-year-old Andre Dexter Clements, 16-year-old
I'm waiting to see how
Jocelyn Smith,
we're gonna see how old
and
they all is.
17-year-old Christy Parisian.
That's a girl. Boy, she like an 8-year-old little boy. They like, damn, get it out. But it's like, why? Y'all kids. Y'all ain't even graduate yet. What was whatever that little nigga did wasn't worth it. He ain't do nothing. The nigga down barely got friends. And y'all talking about it in the group chat at school? Crazy.
Investigators waste no time in tracking them down.
Miramar Police Department. Miramar Police Department.
Yes.
How you doing, ma'am?
I'm waiting for my sister to go over there. What happened?
Are you the only one here?
Christy?
Is Christy here?
No.
Are you Christy?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's my daughter.
No, I'm saying, is anybody else in the house?
No.
Okay. Do you mind talking to us outside for a minute?
No.
Do you mind talking to us? I have Detective Woods here.
Hello.
She doing all that hun and shit like she don't know what he's saying.
I heard the message. I was at work. I don't know. I don't have why. I'm waiting for my sister to go over there. I got the message.
You got the come over here and
What happened?
I just need to speak to you over here for a second.
Oh, Lord.
So, right now there's an investigation, and I guess it's your daughter.
Yeah, that's my
Your
daughter.
daughter, her name came up. So, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to keep you out of the house for now.
Me?
Yes. Nothing has to do with you.
That wind blowing crazy.
But we have to keep everybody out of the apartment. So if there's anybody else in there that's in there,
No, the sister, she's at work. What now?
but nobody else is inside.
No, only
When you
three
get
of us.
you got shoes on? Okay. There's nobody else inside right now?
No.
Okay. So we have detectives that are going to get a search warrant. Okay. So right now, we're just going to make sure nobody's inside, and then we're going to close the door. And then we're going to wait for the warrant to get here. And then,
When I can come back. When I can come back. No.
as soon as you're done with the search warrant, then
Today?
go back in.
Why they outside with that wind blowing like that? Why would they
Even
just
though
in the
Christy's
house?
mom
Like,
is not
can
under
you
arrest
step
and police do
aside?
not have a warrant, they prohibit her from going inside her apartment to grab her phone.
Can I take my
Why she can't go get her
my
phone?
sister? Is okay? Take my phone? My phone is right there. Can I call her? Because I'm waiting on her to go.
Well, right now at this point, we already gave you, notice that nobody can go back inside.
Can you check my phone for me? This is right there by the window. Do you see my phone right there?
We really got to follow protocol on this one.
Oh my God.
How difficult is this?
They don't have no warrant though.
The Christy did the message.
Christy's mom stands outside with police as they wait for another member of law enforcement to arrive with a warrant. She's patient and polite. She
Answer
even
it.
allows one officer to listen to a voice message her daughter left earlier that day.
Yeah, I'm convinced that nigga don't fuck with us.
I'll be back soon, and I won't have my phone so they can play phone. So, okay.
The officer returns the phone to Christy's mom, who doesn't seem to have any additional information for police.
Oh, they let her
According
get
to
her
her,
phone?
she's also been trying to get in touch with Christy.
So are you going to be around here? Are you sticking around here? Or are you leaving?
Leaving where?
You're not going anywhere, right?
No, I was going to the police station.
No, I mean,
She
right
don't
now.
have nothing to
I'm
do with
my
that
sister to go
though.
to the
Why
police
they
station
talking to
because my
her?
sister drive.
Okay. Well, don't go
Flip
too
it again.
far
Flip it
because
again. I ain't see it. Hold on. He asked me a
you
question.
hear-
Hold on. Just flip it, nigga. I can't see. Malcolm in the Middle, nigga. I believe.
I was thinking Malcolm in the Middle, but then I was.
I'm like, that's Malcolm in the Middle. All right, let's get back to it. Hey, that new viewer, go ahead and announce yourself. Say what's up to us.
That's it. To see what happened. That's why.
Welcome to the Menace game. I know you here. I can see you viewing.
I mean, honestly, you go to the police station, they're not going to tell you anything. How old is your daughter?
What's your what now?
How old is she?
She's 17.
Oh, she's a juvenile.
They might get charged with for everybody. I mean, for everybody. What the fuck?
Because Christy is under 18,
they might get charged
her mom
for
has the right to accompany her
adults
during any questioning by police. The officer takes her phone number so they can stay in touch if she decides to leave.
What type of crime it was for
By
real.
now, police have already spoken with 17-year-old Christy, who is sometimes called Chrissy by friends. Next on their list is Jaslyn Smith. They track her down and speak with her outside her family's apartment at about 11 p.m. that night.
Jaslyn, did you hurt this person? No, I didn't hit him or anything. I was just told to push him and make sure he stayed in the corner.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
I was just told to push him and make sure he stayed in the corner.
Which is what we figured after seeing that, we were capable
So,
of that.
I need, honestly.
She was told to. She basically they was telling her. First off, why would they making her do it?
But I need to know, does this implicate my child in this action of what happened?
I don't know exactly what happened. You're telling me that you were told to do something? I don't know what you did. I don't know what you didn't do.
She said that she was told to keep him in a corner. Andre.
Right, she was told to.
Okay.
What that mean?
Andre told me that somebody had pissed him off, or somebody that was messing with somebody else's girl or something. It had to do with some type of chick. And that he was upset and that he needed some backup for his fight. He told me it was just a fight.
I want to make sure that you both understand, because I've said this already to you in the past, that you guys don't have to stay here. You do not have to talk to me.
Are you going to arrest my child?
No, I'm not going to arrest your child.
I'm confused on what happened though. Like they're not telling what happened.
I'm being completely honest with you. I want to hear what she has to say, but I wanted to reiterate because I said it to you and she wasn't here. That's all. Okay?
They must not know. It gotta be some high school shit. She said something to do with some chick. They must really not know.
But I don't want to go to some police station and leave without my daughter.
I'm just saying you don't have to. We have to hold this house, but you guys don't have to stay here. That's all I'm saying.
Detectives are still building their case, so they aren't making an official arrest quite yet. But Smith seems ready to talk, and her mom doesn't object, so the police let her share her version of what happened.
He told me to dress up in all black and follow him.
Andre?
I want to do that and everything. He just said, do this for me. Just help me out with a fight. We're fine. We walked all the way there.
They went to fight somebody?
The stairway. And Chrissy was there. Chrissy had seduced him from what I know. I was trying to just pretend and forget that it didn't happen. I already knew that if something like this was going to happen, I already knew the cops were going to show up sooner or later. And I already started preparing myself for the worst, Mom. What do you mean by preparing yourself for the worst? If they send me away, Mom.
Wait, what they do? They went to a...
Because by everything I've already said, I'm an accomplice. And I know this. And I'm sorry.
Hold on, I gotta run it back. I was listening, but I wasn't really listening. What'd she say?
What do you mean by preparing yourself for the worst? If they send me away, Mom.
We gotta go back a little bit more.
And we walked up the stairway, and Chrissy was there. Chrissy had seduced him, from what I know. I was trying to just pretend and forget that it didn't happen. I already knew that something like this was going to happen. I already knew the cops were going to show up sooner or later. And I already started preparing myself for the worst, Mom. What do you mean by preparing yourself for
What they do to that boy?
Away, Mom. Because by everything I've already said, I'm an accomplice. And I know this. And I'm sorry.
What she mean she seduced them? What she mean by that? Not her, but the other, whoever they was. They gonna hit her with an ad. Since we got an ad, nigga, I'm gonna hit you on the cam, nigga. Blam, nigga. Keep on talking shit and then I splash,
We've got
nigga.
passion, we've got determination. Like, and if we set our sights on something, you better believe it's happening.
You better believe I'm skipping the rest of this shit. Come on, bro.
I felt like our content was all about
Bro, I hit
entertainment,
skip. Nigga,
being
what they
fun,
doing?
but there was also this.
These niggas just want me to watch that ass so bad. I don't have premium, nigga.
The female officer on scene can be seen laughing out of Smith's sight, but the scene is anything but funny. One teenager has been killed, and another has confessed to her involvement in the crime. Smith has also given investigators a motive and the name of the mastermind behind it all. 17-year-old Andre Clements. Did you know that your personal data is being harvested and sold online by data brokers? Anyone
I
can
ain't know
buy
none
your
of that shit. I ain't care.
And they're going to keep monitoring the sites for you.
And I'm gonna keep hitting that button. Fuck you talking
Promo
about?
code
Clap clap.
Step by step.
And he needed work. And DJ Grant, Smith's school love triangle with an alleged ex. When Clements found himself involved in a high school love triangle,
I'm gonna get
with
better
an
at them
alleged
snipes.
ex-girlfriend and
Just hear
DJ
me out. I'm gonna
Grant,
get better at it.
Smith says it drove him to murder, and he needed recruits.
So I'd like for you to kind of tell me step by step on how everything occurred. You know,
She about to get a whole layout. The whole. She about
how
to
you even
tell
got
it all.
notified or whatever, and then moving forward from there. Okay, just take your time with it. You know, step by step as best as you can. Yeah. I might have questions for you here and there. If I interrupt you, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I get certain details here.
She going to jail.
But yeah,
I think that was the girl in the middle on the.
Before Sunday,
might have been.
before he came over.
Who's he?
Andre.
Andre's from school also?
Yes.
Do you know his last name?
Clements.
Clements?
Clements.
M-M-E-T-S? Okay. Is he, what grade is he in?
He's a senior.
A senior.
This year.
Okay. All right, so you were saying?
Before he ever came over, he told me on Friday, I believe it was Friday, that he had a situation that he needed to deal with, and he was wondering if I could help him out with a fight. Me knowing that I used to fight in elementary and used to be a bad kid-ish outside of school, I had agreed because he was a good friend of mine. I'm like, it's just a fight.
They was about to go shoot the. They was finna go face some niggas up, basically.
Sunday, he had said he was going to be coming over around 6. He came over at least 6:45, close to 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And he had proceeded to tell me the whole scenario of we're going to get dressed in all black. You're going to wear clothes that you don't care about.
They was going to do some yeah.
The whole layout of the building and everything that we need to do this.
They was going to do some dirty work. They was going to do some bad shit.
Just wait, and then we'll go.
I remember being 17, but I wasn't trying to kill nobody.
My mom had gotten home. We had told her that we were going to go on a walk.
In GT, I wasn't trying to unalive nobody.
Left the house immediately with me, Andre, and Chrissy, and we had left the complex all the way down. He was explaining to me that the person that me and him were going to fight with Chrissy was going to seduce to get him to come downstairs. Had messed with a girl that he knew and had, essentially from what I know.
Okay.
This is what he had told me. And on the way there, he's telling me exactly where we're going to walk, exactly how we're going to walk, exactly.
Hey, this
I
premeditated.
knew, and we're going to wait for a signal. And I was like, okay, it's just a fight. It's whatever. We had walked up the stairs. We had walked through the front gates of the complex.
Do you remember which complex it was?
I don't know the name. I do know that it's the complex next to the old house that we used to live in. We had walked in fully. We were wearing gloves, 2 sets. We had on all black.
They had on 2 pairs of
We had on
gloves.
our hoodies.
What was they going to do?
Eyebrows and facial hair.
They had on all this shit. What were they going to do? Like, they wasn't just going to fight if they needed all this shit. You finna see.
Okay.
We had masks on as well. We had walked out and COVID mask? Yeah. We had walked out and we were immediately when we got in there, we had walked over to where the stairwell was, while even telling me to move this way to avoid the camera and to avoid being seen.
Okay.
We had walked through there. He said there was no cameras there, so we had relaxed and chilled out more. And I'm just thinking this is a fight. Right. And I'm thinking the reason why we have him all black is, if he was fighting because he seemed pretty upset over the whole situation.
So they fighting over a girl, bro. Sound like somebody got their girl took and niggas want to fight.
Blood, and he's just like, I'm gonna need you home. Blood.
Right.
He's gonna beat the blood out that nigga. Like, what was he finna do to this nigga?
We had walked up the stairs while Chrissy stayed downstairs and made a call or a text saying that she was here. Me and him were upstairs. He's just talking to me. We're relaxed. We're chill. And then he got a signal from Chrissy to walk downstairs. We walk downstairs, and he tells me to wait on the top of the stairs. And he had a weapon with him. He told me to hold the weapon. We had gloves on at this time still. We had walked down the stairs. He had approached the boy, and Chrissy had moved back and walked down the stairs fully.
Did you know this boy or no? Okay.
When boy tried to make a run for it after Andre approached him and was like, yeah, we have a problem. And he has me standing behind him with a weapon. So he tells me, Chrissy looked at me and he made a run for it. And I'm like, okay, weapon's just for intimidation. I'm gonna put this down. I ran and I helped Andre to tackle him and put him onto the ground.
But, of course, the weapon wasn't just for intimidation, and this wasn't just a fight. This was a murder plot being acted out in broad daylight.
They did that
by a
to him.
love-scorned teenager and 2 girls who agreed to go along for the ride.
Yeah, and they get charged with premeditated. They gonna get charged as adults.
And saying how mad he is, and then he proceeded to say, "You know what I have to do, right? That I have to hurt you. Like I have to get you back for what you did." And the boy is like, "You don't have to do this. I won't bother you. I won't say nothing. I haven't seen you guys. I won't say anything. Nothing." And
hey, when you just said that, I sat here and thought about it. Like, I got so much power now.
And then everything else is just.
I said, when you sat there and said that, I just sat there and thought, like, I got so much power now.
Andre asked for the weapon after explaining to him that he was going to kill the other boy. He had asked for the weapon, and I just handed it to him. I'm like, I don't know about this, but I'm like, okay, maybe you're joking, because me and Andre are playful. We like to mess around. And
Nah, he was trying to kill that little boy, and that's what he did. This premeditated, and you went along for the ride.
And he had taken a weapon, and he had pushed the other boy into the corner, and he was begging not to get hurt. And I'm just thinking Andre's just gonna hit him. And Andre told me to come here and help him. And I was like, okay, you can do what you want to do. You can punch him or something. And I'm just holding him. And then Andre proceeds to rapidly punch him. And then after a while, Chrissy said, there's a lot of cars here. There's a lot of people watching. There's kids out. You need to hurry it up. So like, Andre, do what you gotta do. Just hurry it up. We gotta go. He proceeded to take out a small weapon and
he stabbed him with a knife.
I'm sorry?
Attempt to stab him.
Okay.
And he was failing, and I was just like, okay, I can see it because I'm holding his legs. So I'm in a position where I'm holding both of his legs and I'm wrapped around his.
She held this nigga down. Oh my God, what am I watching?
I'm wondering what that is. And the other boy, he has the weapon just like waving it, just like trying to not get harmed. And then
she was holding that nigga down the whole time.
Weapon, and he took that out and he stabbed him right here.
Where's right here? On the neck,
like back. She was holding this nigga down while her.
According to Smith's story, the only fight that took place that afternoon was DJ Grant's fight for his life. And despite her claim that she didn't know the full extent of Andre's plan, Smith admits to helping hold Grant still, even after Andre stabs him.
Also, the boy was just like, you're gonna kill me. Just choke me out or like end it, because he kept going in and out. He's like, choke me out, end it, stab me, do something. And
he was just
stabbed him again. And he had told me, and Chrissy, he had told me to get Chrissy get cleaning supplies. And at this time, the gloves that we were having on and wearing were ripping and torn. And I was getting nervous and I was getting scared. And
you wasn't getting nervous and scared when he was killing him?
If I show this,
you got nervous and scared because y'all was I can't even get it out because she got scared because they was gonna get caught.
I didn't tell them this, but I'm like,
not
do what you say. It's what it is, and whatever happens, happens.
It is what it is. Smith's demeanor feels cold for someone who supposedly didn't expect the altercation to go down this way. But then, once the story of Grant's death is told, Smith seems to slip up and reveal something to officers that contradicts her original story.
So I had helped Andre move him a certain direction under the cameras, under the one camera that we saw right there, and into the bushes. And at this time, we both had not eaten. We both were exhausted. So he's like, push me back here into the bushes and just leave him there. We'll figure out what to do with him at a different time. And I'm just saying, okay, because prior to this, he had told me that this was the first person he had ever killed.
Prior to this, he had told you that?
When we were at the house, when we were just talking about the whole plan of what to do, what was going to happen, but he never told me that he was going to kill somebody until at this time. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the first person. I'm going to leave it here. I'll ask Chrissy. We're going to leave.
Clements had spoken to Smith about killing Grant while they were still getting ready at her house, before they met with Parisian, and before they lured Grant to the stairwell where he ultimately met his demise. After the teens dragged Grant's body into the bushes, they cleaned up and sealed their supplies and weapons in a bag that Smith hid in her jacket. Then they removed their gloves and walked back to the complex where Smith lived. They found an open, grassy area outside the complex, clearly visible to residents who happened to be looking,
walking distance of their home.
They started what Smith calls a bonfire with gasoline.
They walked back to her apartment after killing somebody.
And talked. As they watched the blood
at 17, I was not out there trying to catch nobody.
And wondered what would happen next. That's when a security guard for the apartment complex approached them. Now they had a witness.
That little nigga got a full mustache at 17.
Itself, but the aftermath. And to make matters worse, he wasn't the only
I ain't
one.
get no mustache till I
Someone
was
else had
in my
alerted him.
20s.
And as she would later tell police,
I
she
hate little niggas like
remembered
him.
everything.
I saw the tape, I remember everything. And the two girls, they were just standing there, but they weren't moving much.
That's Chrissy.
The chubby girl, she was just like moving back and forth, like standing in the same spot, but moving a little bit. And then the guy was moving around the fire, just throwing more gasoline.
Oh no, this a witness.
What did you see him throw?
It was like a bottle. It was like the normal bottles that
Like a bottle that you use for like a barbecue, or
yeah, like it looked like I don't have a water bottle, but it just looked like one of those normal bottles with like, you know how it's say when you go to a restaurant it's like ketchup.
Okay.
Yeah, like he was just throwing the gasoline.
Like that.
Those. He was just walking around the fire and he was just throwing more in the fire.
Oh, she talking about putting gas on the fire. I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about?
I don't know. I just know like it looked like some type of material. It didn't look like because we have like a lot of ducks. It didn't look like they killed a duck or something. It looked like it was a material that they were
like material, like clothes,
gloves, and shit like that.
Material type. Okay.
They was getting rid of the evidence. Shit.
No, because it was pretty far.
I ain't trying to. Do she go to that school or she just a witness? She
Seeing
just
them
witnessed
on
that.
the
Or like,
news, their faces.
yes, I think she just a witness.
That's when you can like
remember that they were the same ones that you saw that night.
Yes.
Okay, and then when you saw that fire happening, what did you decide to do after that?
Honestly, since they were doing it on the grass, I felt kind of unsafe that they would probably like.
They lit a fire on the grass. These kids is fucking
teenagers.
reckless.
So I just like I just slowly like I walked back like really fast and I went to the other side of Sherman Circle, like the other side of the complex of Lake Vista.
So the other side of like where the leasing offices.
Mm-hmm.
So you were able to see their face clearly. If you were ever able to see them again, you would recognize them.
I didn't see their face, but I saw their body shape, and seeing them on the photos, you could.
She seen a build type shit, and then when she seen it on the news, she like, "Yup, that's them." A snitch gonna know when it's time to snitch. You feel
And
me?
you did alert the security guard of the fire.
Yes.
And that's when he was made aware. Okay.
Is there anything else you can think of about that night that kind of stood out to you?
No, not really. I just saw like their emotions, and right when I came to my apartment, they were.
What did they appear like?
You could feel the traumatization from them, and you could feel like they were scared, but you could also feel like they had that energy of the way of thinking like he deserved it. Like you could notice that.
Their demeanor was they didn't give a fuck. I could have told you
I
that.
immediately went to my balcony to see if they were still there, but they were gone really fast.
Right. And all you saw was
all I saw was the burnt grass.
Now investigators have security footage of the teens in all black, eyewitnesses who saw Clements, Parisian, and Smith burning the evidence, and Smith's long-winded confession that she gave police in the squad car.
It's not hard
All
to
they
say,
needed
oh, I
now was
seen
the
them
weapon.
doing that.
And that, it turned out, would be the most shocking part of the crime.
You had said that the weapon that Andre was using, he used it to stab the boy. I'm assuming it's a knife then that he had?
There's a knife and there is
a longer what?
A sword, a machete, or a katana?
Do you know what ended up happening?
Sword.
So it was a small knife and then the long sword.
Yes.
Okay.
A sword. Now that complicates things for Smith. The officers know that it's possible Andre Clements could have concealed a knife from Smith and Parisian, but to miss that he carried a sword all the way from her apartment to the complex where they met up with Grant, that seems unlikely to detectives.
When he first came here, before all this started, right? When he first showed up at your house, he got here with, you said it was a collection, right? The small ones was a part of a collection?
Small ones I didn't see, but they were like either in his pocket or in the bag that he had brought.
Okay. And I guess one of them stayed behind, and then he took one small one, and then the big sword also. So you saw the big sword when he first showed up here in the first place?
Not when I didn't see it exactly. I only saw that there was a
She
bag.
capping. She's capping. Capping.
Somebody else had
Capping.
taken everything out of the house behind us, and I didn't know where that was.
She's so cap.
And I believe
You ended
it
your
was either
string game?
like a jacket with him, or with Chrissy in an extra jacket or in a bag with him.
Okay.
I didn't see it. I wasn't paying much attention.
Maybe Smith wasn't paying attention, but law enforcement are locked in. By now, detectives have a mountain of evidence that they hope will prove pivotal moments in Smith's story to be true and others false. Security footage from the apartment complex shows the three teens in black as they walk to ambush Grant by the stairwell, just
Swear
like
to God,
Smith
so
alleged.
cap, it don't make no
One
sense.
camera even captured Grant's final moments. Another, what appears to be footage of the teens dragging Grant's body into the bushes.
That's fucked up.
But some pieces of Smith's story aren't adding up. Police confiscate and download the teens' phones to get the full truth. Smith's claim that she thought it was just a fight, well, text messages tell a different story. One message read, "Murder will definitely happen soon."
That's
Within
crazy.
days, police detain Smith, Parisian, and Clements. All three teens are charged as adults and receive the
I
same
knew they
charges
was
of
gonna get
tampering
charged
with
as
evidence
adults.
and conspiracy to commit murder. Smith and Parisian are also charged with murder in the second degree.
For real.
Clements,
Definitely
the authorities
sad.
allege orchestrated the killing from the start and drove the sword through DJ Grant's chest, was charged with premeditated murder in the first degree. Smith and Parisian plead guilty and are sentenced to 25 years. After their release, they'll each serve an additional 10 years probation. On February 18th, 2025, 20-year-old Andre Clements pleaded guilty to murder, tampering with evidence, and conspiracy to commit murder. He was sentenced to 40 years in prison plus lifetime probation. NBC Miami reported that the presiding judge left the courtroom in tears.
That little nigga ain't getting out of